What if I told you that you could actually start making some extra money as early as this week with what you already have? No fancy setup and no experience or technical skills are needed, with just a few smart moves that many people don't know a lot about. This video is going to help you take action right away, so make sure you stay tuned and watch until the end to learn exactly what to do. So before we get started, can I ask one small favour? If you like what I do here, can you please hit the subscribe button? That keeps me energized to bring you more content. Thank you very much. Let's get into it. Let's begin with number one, which is to use AI tools to actually create and sell simple digital services. So let's now talk about one of the problems that a lot of people are facing, and that is wanting to make some extra money but not knowing what to actually sell or where to even start. Now, if you feel a bit stuck and you can actually relate to this because you don't think you have any skills or any knowledge, then let me tell you that AI tools like ChatGPT and Gemini and even Canva and Google Documents can remove that barrier for you. And you can actually use all of these tools for free to actually get started with. So if you want to get started today or even just as soon as you can, just choose one simple service that people are already paying for. So just start with something that people are already paying for, so you know that there is an existing demand. This could be anything like writing social media posts or even just writing product descriptions. Now, if you are struggling with ideas, then just go to Fiverr.com or even Upwork.com, and these are some well-known freelancing websites. And just search for things like social media manager or social media assistant or video creator or social media content producer or something like product description writer to see some listings for yourself. So if you want to actually take some action, just copy 2 or 3 of these examples and then just recreate them using ChatGPT and just add your own twist and your own angle and your own insight. Now, if you don't know who to sell to, just start with some small businesses on Instagram or even some local shops in your area. Now, if you want a simple process, just create say 3 or 4 samples and just save them in Google Drive and use them as proof of concept. Now, if you're actually ready, just message 10 different businesses and offering one free example. Now, if you actually stay consistent doing this, you can actually turn this into your first paying client fairly quickly. So let me now walk you through a clear step-by-step process to offer some AI-powered writing services. Now, if you want to get started, just open ChatGPT and just type in a simple prompt like the following. Write 10 engaging Instagram captions for a fitness coach targeting beginners around the ages of 20 to 40 years old. So there's a simple prompt that you can actually use. Now, if you want a bit better quality for a fitness coach, then just add some details like the tone, the audience and the goal. So just be a bit more specific with your prompt about who your target audience might be. Now, if you actually struggle with formatting, just paste the output into Canva and just turn each caption into a simple post design. Now, if you want to actually go ahead and actually sell this, just create a simple Fiverr gig, which you can do completely for free, which is something like, and just title it something like, I will create 30 high quality Instagram captions for your brand. So just use something like that as your profile for a simple Fiverr gig. Now, if you actually don't know about pricing, just start with a very low entry like a $5 to $10 or maybe $10 to $15 to just build some reviews and get some testimonials behind you. Now, if you want a bit more control, you want to also create a profile on Upwork.com as well and just apply to small jobs on a daily basis. Now, if you find that you don't get too many responses, you want to improve your examples instead of just quitting. So the better you make your examples, the better chances you'll have of actually getting some paid offers and some work with some clients. Now, if you follow this system on a daily and a weekly basis, you're going to both build some good skill and you're going to actually create a new source of income at the same time as well. So if you want to save some time and actually increase your earnings, let me tell you how to turn one piece of work into multiple deliverables. If you actually create captions, you can actually reuse them as blog content. You could use them as email newsletters or even LinkedIn posts using tools like Jasper or Copy AI. So if you want a simple workflow, then just use this. Write one core idea down, then just ask the AI to rewrite it for a few different platforms. Now, if you struggle with some organization, then just store everything that you create in Notion or even Trello with some clear labels for each client. So if you actually want to charge more, then you want to bundle your offer like captions and hashtags and content calendars. You want to bundle a few different content creation services together. This is going to put the value up a bit more as well. If you don't know how to actually create a calendar, just ask ChatGPT something like create a 30-day content plan for a small bakery. So you could just use a simple question or a prompt like that, and it will give you the details that you need. Now, if you actually follow this kind of method, you're actually going to deliver far more value without doing any extra manual work. Now, if you want a more scalable income, this step is actually very important. So, if you want a second option without dealing with clients, let me tell you how to create simple digital products using AI. Now, if you are a bit unsure on what to actually sell, just focus on simple tools that people use like daily planners, checklists, or even templates. If you want to actually go ahead and create one for yourself, then just go to Canva, and you can actually use the free version to do this. And just search for planner templates. And they've got loads of templates in Canva that you can just edit and customize for yourself. Now, if you actually struggle with the content, just use ChatGPT to actually generate some sections like budgeting tips or even some daily routines that you can put into your template or your planner in Canva. Now, when you want to actually go ahead and actually sell this, you can actually upload your file to websites like Etsy or even Gumroad or even payhip.com. These are some digital marketplaces that you can actually sell digital products. And you want to use a clear title and a description for your product when you actually do this. Now, if you don't know what actually works, then you want to search Etsy for something like budget planner and just look at the top selling listings. Now, if you actually want to get some traffic to your offer, you can actually create simple Pinterest pins linking to your product directly. Now, if you actually follow these steps, you're going to build a small but very consistent income stream over time. So if you feel a bit unsure whether your idea will actually work, let me walk you through a quick validation method that actually reduces the risk and saves you time and energy. If you want some proof of demand, then just search your idea on Fiverr, Etsy, or even Upwork and just check how many people are actually selling it. If you see listings with reviews, that will mean that people are actually buying that kind of service. If you want deeper insight, then just read customer reviews to find some common complaints. And you can even use free tools like Google Trends, which will show you the interest for any given keyword or topic over time in any country. So that is Google Trends. So if you find that you're actually struggling with competition, then just improve one thing like faster delivery or even just clearer communication. So you want to just be a bit better and a bit quicker than your competition. Now, if you don't actually validate your ideas, you're actually going to risk wasting time on something that won't actually sell. So you need to make sure there is a demand for whatever service you're going to offer first. Now, if you actually want a quick test, just offer your service for free to 1 or 2 people and just ask for some kind feedback. If you then actually refine based on some real feedback, your chances of getting paid will actually go up a bit more. So if you actually want to increase your income a bit more, let me tell you how to actually offer simple AI setup services. If you actually notice small businesses struggling with their content, you can actually help them set up simple systems using ChatGPT and Canva. Now, if you actually want to do this, just create a simple workflow like generate captions, then you can design them in Canva. So you generate the captions in ChatGPT. Then you put those captions into a content in Canva, so you can use lots of different templates in Canva. Then you can just schedule out those posts, and you can use a tool like later.com to actually do this as well. Now, if you're struggling with explaining the value, then just show some before and after examples, or just make a quick demo for your clients to show them the value that they are going to get. So if you actually want some clients, just search for LinkedIn for business owners and just send short but very clear personalized messages. If you don't actually know what to charge, just start with a one-time fee like $25 or even $50 and just adjust based on the demand. Now, if you want some recurring income as well, you could consider offer monthly content packages. If you keep your service very simple, it'll actually become easier to repeat and to scale further. So if you want to actually avoid some common mistakes as well, let me tell you what slows a lot of people down. If you try to learn too many tools at once, you may actually lose focus. So just stick to one tool like ChatGPT at the very start. If you underprice for too long as well, you might find you attract low quality clients. So you want to increase your rates after a few good jobs when you get some reviews and testimonials under your belt. Now, if you actually don't take time and action daily, then the progress will actually be very slow. So you want to aim to reach out at least 5 to 10 people per day. Now, if you actually rely on only one platform as well, you are going to limit your opportunities. So you want to combine Fiverr.com, Upwork, and even some direct outreach on social media as well. If you don't track your work, you may actually lose organization. So you can use apps like Notion or even Google Sheets. Now, if you actually follow a simple system and just stay consistent, you can build a reliable side income without needing any advanced skills. Let's now move on to number 2, which is to use AI to find, flip and resell undervalued items online. So let's now talk about a practical way to make extra money that doesn't require creating anything from scratch. Now, if you actually struggle with not knowing what to actually sell, then let me tell you that reselling is one of the easiest ways for you to get started. Now, if you actually want to begin using this method, you can use platforms like eBay, Facebook Marketplace, and even Vinted to find some underpriced items. So if you don't know what to actually look for, just search for some popular categories like electronics, trainers, or even some small furniture. If you want to avoid guessing, just use eBay's sold listings filter to see what items actually sell for in real time. Now, if you find something listed for say £20 or $20 that regularly sells for £40 or $40, then that is your margin. If you are ready, you can actually buy low and relist with some better photos and a clearer description. Now, if you stay consistent with this kind of approach, you can actually build some steady profits without needing any advanced skills. So, if you actually want to speed up your research, let me walk you through how to actually use AI to identify some profitable items. If you find a product, just paste the name into ChatGPT and then just ask the AI, what is the resale value and demand for this item in the UK or the USA or whatever country you want. If you want more accuracy, just cross-check using eBay and Google Shopping. Now, if you actually find you struggle with the pricing, just compare at least 5 sold listings to find the average price. Now, if you actually want a simple formula, just calculate profit as resale price minus the purchase price minus the fees. Now, if you don't account for the fees, you actually risk losing some money. Now, if you actually want to stay organized, just track each item in a simple Google Sheet with the cost, the price, and the profit. If you follow this kind of process, you actually reduce risk and make smarter buying decisions in the process. Now, let me now tell you how to actually find deals consistently without spending hours searching. If you actually want to save time, use Facebook Marketplace filters and just sort by newly listed to actually spot underpriced items very quickly and first. Now, if you actually struggle with competition, then just search for misspelled listings like Nike trainers or NKIE trainers. Just look for misspellings in your listings. So instead of Nike trainers, you might see NKIE. Just look for some spelling mistakes. Now, if you actually want some better deals, just message the sellers very quickly and negotiate very politely. Now, if you don't know what to actually say, send a simple message like, "Hi, would you accept $15 or £15 for quick collection?" So just say something like that. If you want to actually scale, just check local charity shops and car boot sales for some cheap inventory. Now, if you are consistent, you will start recognizing some patterns in what actually sells quite well. If you build this habit on a daily basis, you actually increase your chances of finding some very profitable items. So, if you want to sell faster, let me walk you through how to create some better listings that can help you to attract some buyers. If you take some good quality photos, use some natural lighting and a clear background, clean background as well, to make the item look much more appealing and very attractive. If you actually struggle with descriptions, you can use ChatGPT and just type in something like the following. Write a clear eBay description for a used iPhone 11 in good condition. So there's an example that you could use. Now, if you want better results, just include details like the condition, the features, and any flaws that the item has got. So if you don't actually include enough information, buyers may actually skip your listings. So if you actually want more visibility, just use keywords that people are searching for, like well-known brand names and model numbers. If you actually follow this approach, your listings look more professional and more trustworthy as well. And if you actually improve the presentation, you can actually often charge slightly higher prices. So if you actually want to increase your profits, let me tell you how to bundle and upsell items. If you sell clothing, group similar items together like free branded t-shirts instead of just selling them individually. Now, if you actually want to add some value, just clean or lightly repair the items before you actually list them. If you actually struggle with this, just watch quick tutorials on YouTube for some basic fixes. Now, if you actually want to stand out, just offer some very fast shipping or even free delivery where you actually can. If you don't think about value, you actually miss opportunities to increase your profit margins. Now, if you test different strategies, you will find what works best in your niche. If you actually apply these small improvements, your earnings can grow a bit faster as well. So if you feel a bit unsure about using AI here, let me tell you how it actually helps beyond the research. If you want to actually save time, use AI to generate listing titles, descriptions, and even pricing suggestions. If you struggle with the organization, use Notion to actually track the inventory and the sales in one place. If you want automation, you can use tools like Zik Analytics for product research and for trends. Now, if you don't track your data, you won't actually know what is working. So you want to be doing this. If you actually analyze your sales on a weekly basis, you can then just focus only on the profitable items and the profitable categories. If you use these tools properly, you can actually turn a very simple side hustle into a structured system. So if you actually want to avoid some common mistakes, let me tell you what to actually watch out for. If you buy items without checking sold prices, you actually risk overpaying and losing profit. Now, if you ignore the platform fees as well, your margins will actually be a bit inaccurate. And if you don't respond to buyers very quickly, you may actually lose some sales to your competitors. So if you try to sell too many different items at once, you may actually feel overwhelmed. So just focus on one category at the start. If you want some steady progress, just reinvest some of your profits into some better inventory. If you actually stay disciplined and follow a simple system, you can actually turn reselling into a reliable way to make some extra money on the side. Wow, that's it for this one. Now, if you're serious about building your online business and creating new online income streams, take the next step today. Click the link below in the description or in the top pinned comment and head over to my website where you can actually talk directly with our AI assistant. This is trained in all aspects of AI. It's there to help you explore the tools, courses, strategies and skills that you need to start building your online business and creating new income streams with AI. Simply start a conversation and get your free personalized AI learning plan, which is tailored to your goals and your experience level, so you know exactly what to focus on next. So don't wait, take action today. Click the link below, visit the website, and just start chatting with our AI assistant to begin your journey right now. And please don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel. It really does energize and motivate me to create more content for you. Thank you very much indeed. And if you want to connect on social, you can find me on LinkedIn and Instagram. The links are in the description below. Thank you so much for watching and supporting the channel, and have a wonderful day.